What is up, guys? Thick Kackis here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today we're going to be taking a look at the best time-lost bounties available in Destiny 2 for Season of Dawn. And the reason we're doing that is because time-lost bounties are going to matter a ton next week with the Empyrean Foundation event. And the reason being is because this is a global community event in which people donate their polarized fractaline resources in order to reach community goals. However, one of the incentives for donating is that all of your time-lost bounties within your inventory, when you donate 100 polarized fractaline, are going to complete 25% of their progress. So that's either going to give you a huge boost and you can efficiently farm the other 75% later, or, if I'm reading this right, you can just donate 400 fractaline and complete instantly all of the time-lost bounties within your inventory, which is going to make farming them so much faster. So the obvious questions are, which are the best time-lost bounties you want to pick up and prioritize, and what rolls on those weapons are you looking for? That's what this video is going to answer, and so let's get started. But just before we do you guys like free stuff? Because I'm giving away an ASTRO A40s headset with the mix amp. To enter, all you gotta do is like the video, share the video, be subscribed for 3 years, join my Patreon. I'm just kidding, I'm playing. We're not just inflating the video stats, we're actually giving something away. All you gotta do is follow me on Twitter at RickKackis and tweet at me something with the hashtag ThickKackis. That's it, we'll pick the winner in a couple of days. And if you're the impatient type, you can always click the link in the description down below and get a discount to any ASTRO product thanks to my partnership. And so, let's get started with those time-lost bounties. So, right off the bat at the EDZ obelisk, which is going to be where you're making your donations, and all of the time-lost bounties you've unlocked are available right from this location, you have the 3 that come with the EDZ obelisk, the 2 Seasons Pass weapons, and the Perfect Paradox. All 3 of these are quite good. But the Perfect Paradox is arguably the best of the best. So, what rolls are you looking for? Well, for PvP, you definitely want Rifled Barrel or Full Choke to start with. Then you're looking for Accurized Rounds for greater range. Then, highly recommend Slide Shot. Combine that with, in the second perk category, Opening Shot, and you've got 2 different perks that extend the range beyond what is normally possible for this archetype of shotgun. And the best range possible gives you the best chance for that initial one-shot kill in PvP. But to be honest, Rampage and Swashbuckler aren't bad either. Now for PvE, I think you're looking for something to extend the magazine firstly, but Tactical Mag would be the best of them, and then you are definitely looking for Demolitionist. This is going to make each kill recharge a pretty big chunk of your grenade, and it makes it so that throwing a grenade gives you all 8 rounds back instantly into your magazine. It's the best reload perk in the game for this type of shotgun, frankly. Then you're combining that with a slew of phenomenal options. 1-2 punch, great. Rampage, great. Swashbuckler, great. I think the best of the best, though, is Trench Barrel. It's a very rare perk and allows you to output incredible DPS if you're combining it with that instant 8 extra rounds from Demolitionist. But it is time to move on from there and talk about the Trophy Hunter. This is another really good, I would say the second best time-lost bounty available. And that's because it has an absolutely nutty PvE roll. In fact, this is arguably the best legendary sniper rifle in the game for solo PvE players. Now, what am I talking about? Well, firstly, you're really looking for an extended magazine perk, but specifically extended mag or appended mag. Tactical mag doesn't provide enough of a bonus to let you get 5 rounds with the backup mag mod. So if you have appended mag, it puts it to 4 from originally 3, and then backup mag puts it all the way to 5 rounds. That's going to matter a lot when you combine it with that first perk slot, Triple Tap. Triple Tap with 5 rounds allows you to shoot 7 in total if you're hitting all your headshots, and that's a lot when you're planting this thing's sights over a boss's crit. Then, speaking of boss, you combine that with the brand new Season of Dawn perk, Vorpal Weapon. Increased damage against bosses, vehicles, and guardians with their super active. Because of this, it ain't no slouch in PvP in some scenarios because you can practically one-bang things in their super like for a body shot, so it is pretty powerful there, but really, it's those PvE activities. The combination of the 5-round possibility with the extended mag perks, triple tap, and then an extra 15% damage against bosses means that this thing is a boss slayer and one of the most desirable PvE weapons of the entire season. Get farming for it. But moving on from there, we are gonna go off that first page because we're gonna be going in order of like most desirable Timelost bounties, and the next most desirable one is definitely the Jack Queen King 3 Legendary Energy Hand Cannon. Now, this belongs to the 150 RPM archetype for hand cannons, and that is arguably the best one for PvP, and it ain't no slouch in PvE either. So, for a PvP role, you're looking for crossfire or sure shot for sights, then combining that with high cal rounds or ricochet rounds would be fantastic. After that, Demolitionist is probably your best bet, but Threat Detector isn't terrible either. And then in that last perk slot, a damage increasing perk like Rampage or Swashbuckler would be great, but if you like your really snappy hand cannons, it does get snapshot sights as well. But I think the PvE role is potentially even better. The sights on that one don't matter as much. You're mainly going to be looking for either Demolitionist, which is, as always, phenomenal here, getting your grenade back, and yeah, again, it can instantly reload this weapons magazine as well, but I really like subsistence with this. Every time you get a kill, you're going to get 1 to 2 rounds back with subsistence, and it only takes 1 to 2 rounds to kill, especially when you're combining it with a damage increasing perk, again like Rampage or Swashbuckler. But moving on from there, we're going back to the first page for the Pyroclastic Flow bounty. This legendary rocket launcher can get some pretty mean rolls. Its intrinsic perk is actually unique. It's a Haka precision frame without being a Haka weapon. So this thing actually already has tracking as an intrinsic perk. Very, very good. Now, if you're looking for a PvP roll, you want something like Volatile Launch or Countermass to increase the velocity, combining that with black powder or high velocity rounds for better blast radius or velocity. Then you're looking for probably Quick Draw, I would say, is the best thing there, and then you really want Cluster Bomb for just more lethality. Now, for a PvE God roll, again, already comes with tracking, so then you're going to want something like Hard Launch or Linear Compensator. It doesn't matter necessarily as much. I would say you're really then looking for Impact Casing, which is going to increase your damage for direct hits, so just more damage against bosses and big targets, always better. Then you're combining that with probably Ambitious Assassin, which is going to overflow the magazine based on rapid kills. So it's pretty easy to get like a double, triple kill, reload. Now you have 2 rounds in the magazine, which matters quite a bit. Then lastly, Cluster Bomb, as always, more damage. It's going to be great. This is, again, one of the best legendary rocket launchers out there in the game if you do like rocket launchers. Moving on from there, those are kind of the 4 really top tier ones, but if you've already gotten the God Rolls, there is some other good options. Next up, I think the Bygones is a pretty good weapon. This is dropping from Gambit, but it is a Timelost bounty as well, and farming it via Timelost bounties is going to be way more efficient than Gambit. So this is a 390 RPM pulse rifle, and the trick here is going for those damage increasing perks because it goes from a 3 burst kill to a 2 burst kill and is very, very good when it's in that state. So off the bat, I would say high caliber rounds to increase the flinch of your enemies is phenomenal. Then you're really, really looking for Rampage or Kill Clip. Again, you need that damage bonus to make this thing competitive in PvP. Once it gets that damage bonus, it slays. Now you can combine that with, I would say, the best of the best is Outlaw. Either letting you constantly have ammo for keeping that Rampage streak up, or probably just going for the wombo combo of Kill Clip plus Outlaw is very, very potent. Moving on from there, another unique weapon is the Black Scorpion 4SR. This is a rapid fire frame scout rifle, and if you like the Randys, you can kind of make a build your own Randys with this weapon in the energy slot. You really do want accurized rounds for PvP just because the range of this weapon isn't that great. Then something like, moving target, triple tap, Zen moment, those are all going to be decent, but after that you're really looking for Rampage. Just like how the damage bonus from Kill Clip makes the Randys really competitive, this is doing the same thing with Rampage, albeit not as good as Kill Clip, but still, it's a build your own bargain brand Randys in some respect. Alright, so at this point you may have noticed that I haven't recommended any of these sundial weapons, and that's because I do believe it's kind of a waste of your resources to be farming these sundial weapons, because especially if you've upgraded your obelisks and season pass, then you're going to be getting up to 4 weapons from a single sundial run. However, with this whole time lost bounty thing, if you are truly getting them almost instantly for just donating a bunch of Fractaline, it's going to be more efficient to farm them this way. So 3 really good highlights I want to mention if you do want to grab the time lost bounties for them. Firstly, the Steelfeather Repeater legendary kinetic auto rifle is phenomenal, and this you're really looking for the role of Feeding Frenzy to increase reload when you get a kill, combined with multi-kill clip, which is going to increase your damage after a reload based on how many kills you got before. That is an utter wombo combo. It's disgusting in PvE and ain't too shabby in PvP either. That's the role. I think that's the highlight of this weapon. Next up, you have the Breech Light legendary kinetic sidearm. This thing's making waves. It's one of the better sidearms in the game, and it can get some really deadly rolls. For PvP, looking for something like accurized rounds combined with either Demolitionist or Outlaw. And then lastly, you have, Vorpal weapon if you want to have something that's great against just gunning down the guy in a supercharging at you. Quick Draw is not bad either for a snappy weapon, and multi-kill clip is, as always, a phenomenal choice. I think though that Rampage is also pretty darn good, and especially if you're looking for a PvE role, going Demolitionist plus Rampage is very, very potent. And then the last weapon we're going over is the Gallant Charge legendary fusion rifle. So this thing is really interesting because, again, it can get the combination of Demolitionist plus another damage increasing perk. So I would highly recommend going for that Demolitionist in that first slot. That's kind of the highlight of this weapon. And then there is a ton of good perks to combine it with. Swashbuckler, phenomenal. Multi-kill clip, pretty darn good. For PvP, Rangefinder and Tap the Trigger are going to be highlights there. And Rampage is honestly not bad either. This is definitely one of the better weapons to use if, Grenadier is a modifier in the Sundial, for example, and you have a Demolitionist Rampage or a Demolitionist multi-kill clip role. And so guys, that's it for the video, a look at the best of the best for time lost bounties. I hope you enjoyed this video, found it informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKackis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.